Hello friends, today we are going to study an important part of the Indian political executive, that is the Council of Ministers. In our parliamentary system, real executive power is exercised not by the President but by the Council of Ministers, which works under the leadership of the Prime Minister. Understanding the Council of Ministers helps us understand how the government actually functions on a daily basis. Constitutional provision. The Constitution of India clearly provides for the Council of Ministers. It states that there shall be a Council of Ministers headed by the Prime Minister to aid and advise the President in the exercise of his functions. Although the President is the constitutional head of the state, he acts according to the advice given by the Council of Ministers. All ministers are appointed by the President, but this appointment is made on the advice of the Prime Minister. Responsibility to Parliament. One of the most important principles of parliamentary democracy is collective responsibility. The Council of Ministers is collectively responsible to the House of the People, that is the Lok Sabha. This means that all ministers must support the decisions of the government. If the Lok Sabha passes a vote of no confidence, the entire Council of Ministers must resign. This principle ensures democratic control over the executive. Membership rule. The Constitution allows flexibility in the appointment of ministers. A person who is not a member of Parliament can also be appointed as a minister. However, such a person can hold office only for 6 months. Within this period of 6 months, the person must get elected or nominated to either the Lok Sabha or the Rajya Sabha. If this does not happen, they must resign from the post of minister. Composition of the Council of Ministers. The Council of Ministers is not a single level body. It consists of 3 different categories of ministers. These are cabinet ministers, ministers of state, and deputy ministers. Each category has a different rank, role, and level of responsibility. Cabinet ministers. At the top of the hierarchy are the cabinet ministers. They are the most senior ministers and form the cabinet, which is the real decision-making body of the government. Cabinet ministers handle different portfolios such as defense, home affairs, finance, and external affairs. They work independently to their respective ministries and take major policy decisions. Ministers of State. Below the cabinet ministers are the ministers of state. Some ministers of state work under cabinet ministers and assist them in their work. However, some ministers of state are given independent charge of ministers. When a minister of state has independent charge, they function like the head of the ministry, but are not part of the cabinet. Deputy ministers. Deputy ministers are the lowest rank in the Council of Ministers. Their main role is to assist cabinet ministers or ministers of state. They help in handling parliamentary work, answering questions, and performing administrative duties. Deputy ministers do not have independent charge of ministers. 91st Constitutional Amendment Act 2003. The size of the Council of Ministers is limited by the 91st Constitutional Amendment Act 2003. According to this amendment, the total number of ministers, including the Prime Minister, cannot exceed 15% of the total strength of the Lok Sabha. This amendment was introduced to prevent oversized ministries, reduce unnecessary political appointments, and improve efficiency in governance. To conclude, the Council of Ministers is the real executive authority in India. It ensures democratic governance through collective responsibility and parliamentary control. Understanding its structure and functions is essential for understanding how India is governed. Okay, thank you.